Bonsoir, bienvenue dans Guitare Obsession pour ce Rig Rundown avec Madison Cunningham. C'était un grand honneur que de pouvoir monter sur sa scène quand elle est passée à l'Alhambra à Paris, sur la tournée donc de son album Ace, dont je vous recommande très vivement l'écoute répétée, puisque c'est le genre d'album qui s'apprécie en plusieurs fois. Et donc sur cette tournée, contrairement à la tournée précédente où elle avait basse, batterie, clavier, là elle a un deuxième membre en duo, Jessie, qui joue à la fois du clavier et des soufflants. Elle alterne entre piano et guitare, et c'est un concert absolument sublime auquel j'ai pu assister. Et en plus, vous allez le voir, en termes de matos, Madison a une approche très différente de ce qu'on peut voir d'habitude en Rig Rundown, donc c'est absolument passionnant. Bon regardage.
Beautiful, all right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Couldn't help but notice the absence of any offset to electric there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously it's on par with the guitar color of the album. So yeah, tell us about what you're bringing on stage for that tour, and the ones you used on the album, and the ones that didn't make it.
Yeah, so I didn't really use electric guitar this time. That was, I would say, conscious as it was subconscious of a decision. I decided to go with a nylon. I started working on this tuning with, and I'm actually spacing on the name of the tuning right now, but that's kind of what I wrote everything in. So I stuck with the nylon, and electric guitar is on one section in that song Break the Jaw, like in the bridge, nowhere else, which was like, I have to say, a huge relief to me to kind of put that down, and because it started to feel like expectation.
Yeah.
And the second you feel that, it's hard to create, or it's hard to feel creative with chains on your...
Well, I could see you becoming that kind of jazz master, champion, signature artist, and all that stuff, and that didn't sound like you.
Yeah, I feel like the more that people have been like, do you want to carry that sort of a mantle, the less it makes sense to me. It feels like a decision.
Right.
And I would rather it feel like flow and intuition, and piano and nylon felt like flow and intuition. So I stuck with that and let those be the kind of flashlights, you know, to get me to the idea. So yeah, so I brought this Martin nylon, basically. It's I'd never seen a nylon by Martin, which is cool. It sounds really good. The DI sounds really good. I'm not sure what the DI is. If I were to guess, it would be like an LR Bags or something.
Matrix, so that would be Fishman, I guess.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I really should.
I can see the Matrix there. Yeah.
Brad, you're teaching me. This is like your rundown for my own stuff for me. Yeah.
So
and then,
is that in the tuning of the album?
Yes, exactly. I'll show you.
I'd love to. Yeah.
It's in the gosh, I wish I could remember the name of it, but.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, you've heard
now
it before.
I know the album, yeah.
Yeah, so this almost everything that I'll be playing on this guitar, actually everything I'll be playing on this guitar tonight is in that tuning.
Can you play the open strings?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's the way the open chord sounds. And then, I kind of just move the capo around. So there's a lot of songs, there's one song exactly, I think that song, Break the Jaw.
Yeah. Makes so much more sense in that tuning.
I know, yeah, if it was in a standard tuning, it would be hard to know how those chords were possible. So yeah, I played this most of the night, and then...
Can you tell me the story of how you stumbled upon that tuning?
Yeah, a friend of mine, Meg Duffy, doesn't even know that they're involved in this, but they had posted their favorite tunings at the end of 2023 or something, and that was in there. And I was doing a lot of writing at the beginning of 2024, and I just kind of was stuck in this Nashville blizzard.
Right.
Didn't have anywhere to go, and I just decided to try try it out. And it was really frustrating until I found a song in it. You know, it felt like unrecognizable math or something. And then the first song I wrote in it was that song called Wake. And then once I found those shapes, it just translated to every other like part of the fret, you know?
Right.
And then it all kind of came alive from there. Yeah.
Would you say the nylon was a decision so you would make it work with the sound of the piano in the arrangements?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I think it ended up working like that, but
Right.
I wasn't fully connecting those dots yet. I was actually still convinced at the beginning that I was going to play everything on guitar, all the stuff I was writing on piano. And then it felt right. Like the more that I was playing nylon and became sure that I wasn't going to play electric, I kind of was like, well, everything's out the window, so I might as well play piano. And it felt really important to follow the rules of, or the non-rules of freedom.
Right.
And because I could feel that I was liking the way I was sounding and the ideas that were happening, as opposed to, I still feel on this tour a little bit, even though I'm having the time of my life, I do feel from people a little bit like they're asking, where's the electric and where's the thing? And I kind of love that there's the absence of that thing, because I think the story is a little bit louder than the brand of a story. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's being an artist in a nutshell, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's constantly like shattering those mirrors that you see yourself in, and then making your reflection kind of new.
Impossible to grasp.
Yeah, that's the hope. And then the second guitar.
Yeah, lastly, before we move on to that one, what prompted you to go Martin on a nylon of all things?
I had done a little research and saw that like this guitar had a good live sort of pickup sound, and I wanted it to be reliable. Also, it's like in B, so it's a really low tuning, and I just needed something that was going to kind of like hold it.
So longer scale length, I suppose?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a bit of a longer neck than a regular nylon is, so that it sings better for some reason, and I feel like more is possible. And I had another, like an old parlor nylon guitar that I had put a pickup in, and it just kept like feeding back, but this takes the amp really well. I knew I wanted to run it through an amp as well to get that like tapier sound mixed with the DI. So yeah, that's why.
So now it's basically you and Willie Nelson.
Oh, cool! I'm glad to know we.
Nice
we had
list to be involved with.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Okay, that's not the one I remember from the last tour.
That is it though. I think I had brought this one.
I thought that was a recent harmony or something. Like a smaller
what did I bring?
one.
Like yeah. Maybe I was playing two. Was I playing two electrics?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, then I must have not brought that. But this is.
That's the one.
A silver tone rubber bridge guitar with a pickup in it, and I'm not sure what the pickup is, but it's right here, kind of on the outside of the sound hole.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it feels. I'm playing it like an electric a little bit tonight. But because of the rubber bridge, you can hear more articulation. There's less sustain, so it's still pretty rhythmic. And I'm kind of again covering like the melodic and rhythmic sense of things, so that felt important to have. Originally, I was not going to bring that. I was going to do everything just on piano and nylon, and then there was a song that needed it. So two songs actually.
Well, I can think of one definitely, but can't wait to see what the other one is.
Yeah, I'll show you for sure.
Is that from the old LA style guitar shop?
Yeah, old style guitar. Yep. Yeah, that's one of the first ones Ruben made, and actually Tyler Chester bought it, and then over COVID he let me borrow it, and then I was writing a lot on it, and he didn't let me give it back, so I kind of inherited this guitar, and I'm still kind of in debt to him. I don't know how to pay that back, but yeah.
So you were saying you plug all of these in the electric amp, there's no direct piezo sound coming up front.
Well, actually, both the nylon and the rubber bridge are going through a DI and the amp. So
Okay, so take us through the whole
yeah,
signal path.
yeah. So the DI is kind of like at the front of the chain, and that's where the DI
split
and
happens.
that's where the split happens. So the cable that goes into my guitar goes into the DI.
Right.
The tiny cable there goes into the pedal board, and then out of the pedal board goes into the amp.
Sure.
So that's how it's all kind of chained together.
The other out of the DI goes to the front of house.
Goes to the front of house,
Right.
exactly, yeah. And then I'm actually really excited to talk about this pedal board because my dad built it. He built the whole structure of it and constructed it, put it together, and then his really good friend, family friend named James Kijiji wired it. He's got a new company called Volta Guitars. So they constructed it, and it's awesome. Like the actual like where the input and output is built into the side of the pedal board.
Right.
But it was my dad's idea to do that.
Was the red and white a conscious design choice?
Actually, not at the beginning. Jesse, who's playing with me tonight, lent me his looper, and I had already had the whammy, and that was going on. And then I decided to get. It became conscious when I saw that the Ernie ball came in, red. Yeah, so it looks a little stormtroopery, kind of evil, and then there's a little blue. It's cool. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, so can you take us through the whole thing?
Yeah. So actually, the Ernie ball sort of volume pedal is one of my favorite parts about it because the tuner is on the whole time. Whether there's sound or not. And then I have a loop station by Boss, and so I loop a little bit throughout the night. And
Do you use it live or are the loops preloaded?
I use it live.
Okay.
Yeah, use it live. And then I got a JHS fuzz pedal, which I
As you
definitely
should.
use. Yeah, as one must. This is the one time on a pedal board ever where I use every pedal throughout the course of the night.
So you actually use fuzz on nylon strings?
Yes, I do. I take a little bit of a fuzz solo and actually play fuzz a little bit on the Silvertone as well.
That's probably as punk as it gets.
Yeah, it's honestly so satisfying. And then I play the whammy. I use the octave pedal every once in a while. Sometimes I'm playing bass or simulating that I'm playing bass. And then...
So does that serve also to virtually tune down like you would play a baritone?
That I've done that in the past, but now this is really just to add an octave to what is already a baritone.
To fatten up the sound.
Yeah. So it really does give it that bass octave. And then on the left hand side of this massive pedal is the harmonizer for that song "Broken Harvest."
Right.
So I click that on for just one song, and then. To the right of that is the Milkman by JHS, and I'm using the boost, and then I'm also using the slap delay. I use that a few times. The artificial blonde obviously is always on. I use that as a slight EQ. I actually changed the EQ between the nylon and the rubber bridge because
So that's where you adjust it?
That's where I adjust it. Yeah, it doesn't take away the bass. It just cuts a different frequency through.
Right.
And
still going strong.
Exactly, and that warble is on the whole time, which is sweet. And then to the left of that is the Galaxy by Universal Audio,
which you did a video for, right?
Yeah. I got the pedal from that demo, but essentially you just use it as this blooming feedback delay, which is I don't see a lot of pedals do this thing. It's very specific.
Self-oscillation kind of thing?
Yeah, but it's the actual the feedback compounds and builds in this really cool way, and there's different different settings that make it sound a little bit different from, you know, between setting 1, 2,
think
and 3.
I've caught a glimpse of that during sound check, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
yeah, you did. Yes, you definitely did.
It does get noisy.
Yeah, it gets quite experimental if you want it to be. And then the last pedal on the board is the
That's a good
chroma
one.
console, and I've been using it. There's so much on this pedal.
No.
The fuzz actually sounds pretty good. I don't use it for the show, but I've just been using the reverse pedal
Right.
every once in a while, just to give a shimmer.
Would that be kind of your like Joker trump card pedal that you would
Yeah.
like get out when you want to get wild?
Exactly, or actually sometimes when I want it to be, I want it to kind of feel, this is a funny word, but that's how it feels to me, like when I want it to feel a little lacy, like I want there to feel like there's bats or something flying
Right.
around, I kind of just let that thing happen. And usually it's in quiet moments, so you can really like hear it fluttering around. So yeah, again, like that, it's so funny to only use that, considering how many things this pedal does, but yeah, for this show.
Yeah, but I mean, every little thing it does, you can only find in there. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you need that thing, you got to bring the whole thing.
I know, exactly. So the pedal board is kind of heavy, to be honest with you, because of the chroma console and the whammy. But
Are there stuff hidden under it?
it is the Strymon Power.
Right. The Zuma?
Yeah. So that and all the cables are wrapped and coiled under there. And yeah, that's it, honestly. And my dad actually, one other cool thing about this pedal board is that the mic stand goes into a little hole that he made,
That's a nice one.
which is so cool.
Yeah.
That means we don't have to be like, oh, we're putting it to the right of the stand or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's really convenient. For all
Yeah,
of it.
that's years of touring for you there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it works well, and it's also just kind of like, you know, when you go to certain venues that were made by musicians, and you go to the green room and you're like, these people have toured and they know what it's like to show
Right.
up to a green room and to not have what you need, and they've given you what you need. That's how I felt about this pedal board. It's like we've toured so much that now we know what the problems are, and so
Right.
that little hole in the middle of it solves a lot of issues.
So yeah, it's your carefully chosen red M&Ms
yeah.
touring board.
My red M&Ms, exactly.
How close is it to what you were using in the studio for the album?
Well, not even close. Like I was using no pedals.
Okay.
Except the artificial blonde here and there, but mainly it was just going direct through a vintage Princeton amp, and then I was using like a contact mic on the guitar.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we were just splitting.
What period Princeton would that be?
I think it was 60s or 70s.
Okay, so
one or the other.
that kind of look?
Yeah, it was that silver face
Right.
look. But
And
yeah.
when you use a pedal in the studio, it's basically just one in between the guitar.
Just
and the-
one,
Yeah.
and I'll just set it up specifically for that song.
Right.
Like this was just built before this tour.
Makes sense.
And when we made Ace, it was the end of 2024. And there was one time where I used, it's that clone,
Right.
that big white looking block.
Not a clone.
Yeah, the Nauticlon, exactly. And so I would use that for one song that's actually not out yet. So
Ooh, interesting.
yeah, that will come out at some point, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll be there.
Yeah, good.
I think I remember you playing the Jazz Master on a TV show, right? For Break the Jaw.
Yes, I did.
Was that ever something you have envisioned for the tour and changed your mind about?
Well, yes. I mean, originally I wanted to have the band guys, because they recorded on the album
Right.
with me, and I wanted to do that exact iteration. I mean, we did one live show like that in LA, and it was so magical and special that
You mean the whole thing through?
the whole record through with the band, and it was sad to
Yeah.
not. And Jesse as well. Jesse was playing with the 4-piece. It was
Did
like
you do it at Largo or
did
something?
it at Largo, yeah. It was really special, but
That's
honestly,
the place to do it, really.
I know, for real. It sounds amazing in there, but it was, to be candid, like a financial thing.
Obviously.
Yeah. It's just a lot to, I mean, people on this channel know. It's not going to surprise anyone that it's not really feasible to tour anymore.
No. Yeah.
But this
Well,
iteration
the very
was,
fact that you're here and not playing completely solo is a little miracle unto itself.
totally. And I there's going to be another chapter, I'm sure, where we'll all be able to play this music again at some point. But
Right.
to have it stripped down kind of to its bones, I mean, there's a lot of sound that's generating between Jesse and I. We've spent a lot of time really just practicing and figuring out what was actually, what sound we could make between two people.
Right.
And it was, I love every minute of the show, because there's not a moment where we're able to just cruise. Like it's there's a lot of focus and dedication, and I love that about it, because it's challenging. Like, it doesn't work every time.
Of course, yeah.
There's always something that's like, oh, frustrating. But I think that makes each performance feel very much like a thumbprint or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, otherwise you're just not trying.
Yeah, or you get into a mode where you're cruising and you're
Yeah.
bored and you're like, I wish something could wake me up, or and nothing like
Just
your own
feel
mistake.
something right
Yeah. Nothing like falling flat on your face to wake you up.
Okay, so let's get to the amp.
Yeah.
Do you have
can see
any
it from here.
specific setting that you use? I couldn't help but notice that you don't use the tremolo or the reverb on it.
Yeah, I keep trem and verb off because it sometimes feels a little too muddy to my ear. Like, amp trem has started to wear on me. Like, I would rather hear
Right.
a calm, like, sort of seasick warble as opposed to like the ga.
Right.
It's just too instantly recognizable, and now it feels like a gimmick. I
It
think,
has become a little cliche over the years,
and
yeah.
I think I did it to myself, like that. I was obsessed with it
Right.
for the beginning years of playing guitar, and I overused it for myself. So this setup couldn't possibly be more simple. I keep it at like a 2 and not quite half, but there's it's a little bit louder than 2.
Uh-huh.
The bass, or the treble, is at 3 and the bass is at 2, and then reverb and trem are off. So it's just basically, again, to achieve that tapey sound, and to not make it just sound like a straight up DI. But
Right.
that's it.
What is it about the Princeton that works for you?
I think it's reliable. The reissues are kind of always sound pretty much the same,
Right.
and the wattage is correct for playing, through an acoustic.
More so than the deluxe?
I love the deluxe for electric.
Right.
The Princeton would be too low of wattage if I was playing electric. It would break up too early. So I'm usually a deluxe person, but yeah, this time deluxe felt like there was just far too much headroom. Didn't feel necessary to have.
Especially without a whole band to...
Yeah, our
Get-
volume control is
Yeah.
really great. Like, there's a lot of power, and we're on in-ears, which has not historically been the case. Jesse's using a lot of harmonizers, so it's actually impossible to not have everything kind of contained. Otherwise, it's a mess. So, yeah.
Did you choose yourself to have a ribbon mic on the amp?
That was actually my front of house engineer's idea, Taya. She brought that mic in. Yeah, she also puts 2 mics kind of in the center of the speaker so that she can pan it live or wide in the room, which is, I really like that sound. I like the way that sounds in my ears too.
Right.
It feels very, like I can feel the depth of the amp.
All right. Finally, let's get into the really minute stuff. The capos, strings, and picks.
Well, truth be told, these are the original strings from when I got it. So
They
who
came with the guitar.
fuck knows? Yeah, those are probably going to go at any moment. And then I that's just a red Kaiser capo. I really like the strength of that capo. It works with, it keeps the strings from being too jangly.
Right.
And it keeps the action quite pure as well. So I like that. And I just have another Kaiser
I can see
capo.
that, yeah.
And then my picks are these black Jim Dunlops, and they're 1 millimeter.
Nylon, right?
Yeah, nylon, exactly. I love the sound. I love the grip. It's kind of the right. I could see going 1 grade thicker at some point, but I like it. I think the tone works with the strings. And then these are just, I think, 11s or flat wound 11s.
Right.
Yeah. Those have been on there for a long time too. But that's kind of it. And the guitar straps.
What's the tuning on that one?
This is C standard, but I'm on capo 4, which actually just puts it into standard again.
Right.
And then from there, I drop the E string to a D.
Okay.
So it's just basically drop D.
Well, thanks very much for taking me through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And, well, really looking forward to the show.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.